welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AWOL, and today I'm going to mash two patterns together with a new template that I have. So this is going to be a little bit different. This is something I want to try for a little bit, and it's going to lead to some fun things that are going to happen later on, which yeah, I'm sure if you stick around, you'll get to see all that. So here are the two patterns that I have. The first one is 1457 on friendshipbracelets.net. So let me just copy this and paste it over here. Ooh, it's really tiny. Hang on, let me make that a little bit bigger. Okay, and then we'll just kind of move this over here, kind of up near the top, I guess. Enough to be able to see it. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and anchor this to this top layer I've created on the template. And the other one we have is 3975, again from friendshipbracelets.net. So let's copy this one and paste it. And we will scale it up as well because they're so darn tiny. And wow, I actually made that one quite a bit bigger. That wasn't quite intentional, but hey, it works. All right, and then I will anchor that. So, oh yeah, so they're actually on different layers. That's fine. Now, so this is what makes this new pattern thing interesting is that I can get rid of the outside part or the inside part. So that's kind of the thing. My original thought was to take this one over here. This is the 1457, to take it and run it down the middle. So I can get rid of this outside for now and figure out how I'm putting this in here. It's technically three colors. I guess they both are. I haven't really thought about which colors to use for this yet. I guess we'll use these. So let's start with this purple and let's make that what happens right in the middle. So let's see, we are on this layer where I have to actually highlight the layer that I'm working from in order to make this work this time. So it's a little bit different than some of the stuff I normally do. But yeah, we'll figure this out kind of as we go along. And yeah, so now I need a gray, but I think that's a little too dark. Let me just bring that down. We've had problems in the past with the color gray, and it it's kind of an issue when you try to change colors or you're painting things and it's too close to our black line. So that's kind of the issue there. So the gray looks like it does this. Right? And then this purple coming through here, this is going to bounce back up and be the dot in the center of that. So because we're kind of working with where it's going to be interacting with other stuff, I have to be a little bit cautious here, make sure that I'm doing it the right way. So yeah. And the center, this is going to get a little bit weird too, because this is going to venture outwards, and we'll have to see how that goes. All right, so let's get this part done. See, my intention was, for the most part, is trying to keep everything contained in here, but we have this blue that's here that's going to come out and do this. Right? And then, let's see, the gray comes all the way outside again. This purple comes in here and makes a bigger diamond. Like that. And then the blue will be in center of that. So I guess that means this gray here is hovering kind of outside of it all. Like that. Okay, that makes perfect sense. This is out here like this. Okay. Now let's figure out this blue. So this blue is sort of just being left out here. And then it then comes in this way. Okay, that's kind of cool. So this gray will be how this comes down here. Yeah. So I guess I can kind of explain a little bit what my intentions are with this setup. So my idea is we can keep mashing up some of these patterns with other patterns. And as long as I save this inner part here and then save the outer part kind of separately, I can interchange those with some other ones that we mesh together later on. So this might turn into something really fun. And when we do it later on, I won't have to actually start from scratch, right? So it means I can actually just throw a couple things together and then cut the string and make it. And we will have a pattern and a bracelet all in one video. But right now, these type of things just take so darn long. If we were to try to combine this with the actual making, both video, well, it would just be a really, really super long video. And I don't think anybody really wants that. So, yeah. Plus, this gives you a chance to kind of see how I'm figuring it out and how I'm working this part out. So, all right. So did the gray box with just a single little thing? Wait, did I do this right? So it's just the purple, then the bigger purple, and the purple middle. Yep, okay. And then this one comes back out all the way to the edge. And then this comes all the way out to make the bigger diamond. Yeah, so this is a little tricky to kind of keep track of like what's happening. And yeah, we're getting it though. So it's this one just does the little box thing. Right, like that. And then all the way out like that. The purple's in the middle here, and then the purple does the bigger one, and then the gray is going to close this off. Then we have a blue here, here, and here. All right, easy peasy. And yeah, I guess we can color this in. Won't take too long. So these are really simple patterns that, because we're combining it the way we are, it is going to be more complex. It is going to be harder to make. I will probably have to look at the pattern a little bit closer to make sure I don't make mistakes. But this is about working out how to take elements of things that you really, really like and coming up with something new and different and pushing the different elements together into something fun and different. So That is what I hope to achieve here today. And it's not just a hope. I'm achieving it. This is happening. This is going to be fun. I think, well, we could either do this in 3 colors, like, and just kind of reuse what's going on in the middle here, or we can do this in like 6 colors and try to use some of the colors that were in the other thing as well. And that's, I'm kind of, I don't know. Because either way can be fun, honestly. So we are almost done. You can see it's really following along very, very closely to the original pattern at this point. It's the next part that I suspect we're going to have a little bit more of a challenge, right? So we can copy the whole top half and put that on the bottom part. That's easy. Let's take a look at adding this in. Let's do it in these 3 colors. If we choose to change it later, we can. It does have a gray as well. So I'm a little bit curious about that. And then we have to decide kind of how we're splitting this, right? Because if we were to, kind of cut down the middle, wait, let me switch that back to the other one. If we're kind of cutting it down the middle, we could either take from the left side and put it here, or take from the right side and put it here. And I don't... I kind of like the idea of putting the left side on the right. So, yeah, and we can actually combine just these 2 here, right? And then the red comes all the way in and back. Yeah, let's do that. Well, Control C, that was not right. We're on the wrong layer. Okay. So this is these 2 here, right? Now, that's this part here. And then we have this one here. And then there'd be a, whoa, grab from what I already have. We have a gray there. And then this red does another diamond and another diamond. Right? And then there's a gray inside of that. And then the gray comes all the way to the outside. Comes back from the middle 2 and then back in. And there's a red inside of that. And our white color that was inside here now goes up there. So this now happens 3 times. So there's 1, 2, 3 times. This white will happen 3 times. And this red is here like that. Cool. Wait, oh, and the white is 4 times. Right. Okay, because then the gray has to come back up this way. Got it. Now we're back to the 3 red diamonds. All the way to the middle. Right? Yeah. And then back out. So in the 3 red diamond area, we have the whites are on this side and the grays are on this side. So I'm trying to see how colors get to where they're supposed to be. This is kind of interesting because the way this pattern is, like it's the red for a while, then gray for a while. I think this is going to help us from running out of the strings. It won't get used too quickly kind of thing. So that's going to be awesome. So the white is just kind of staying out here until it goes over this way. That's neat. Yeah, this is very different. And that's what kind of excites me about making these, is because it is so much different than anything else I've ever done. And when you've been making bracelets for as long as I have, that's quite the novelty, honestly. So. Right, there we go. And I am 100% undecided as to any of the colors that I'm even using for when I make this. And you may know me as that's kind of common, because there's so many possibilities and so many things we can do. So I just don't know. We'll have to wait and see what happens. All right. So I can hide those for now. We're on this outside layer, so I can wait. This is on a fixed thing. I need that to not be fixed. So I can grab this area here and Control C, Control V, and I can flip it so I get it on the other side over there. And anchor. Right, now we can do it again. Control C, Control V. Same flip tool, come down to this line, and it'll flip it the other way. And we can anchor that layer as well. Let's do that with this other layer that we did previously. Control C, Control V, and flip tool, and just come down here. Oh, wait. Was I? Why am... Oh, I get it. I was on the wrong layer completely, so it grabbed the other thing. So I Control C, Control V. Now let's try it. There we go. I got myself all kinds of confused there. Okay, so we can anchor that, and we show both layers. This is our entire bracelet. So yeah, I'll set aside the two different things to use for future ones, but for today, this is what I'm going to make. And yeah, I'm kind of excited about it. So yeah, thanks for hanging out with me. Thank you to my Patreon supporters as well as my YouTube members for making this possible. I'm going to need some string to put this one together, and yeah, they make that all that stuff possible. I really can't do it without the help, guys. So thank you guys very, very much. And thank you for watching. Honestly, it really does help the channel. Watching the video all the way through makes a huge difference. So thank you to anybody who's still here. And as always, don't get your strings in a bunch.